Workshop Wednesday, everybody. I dang near went all day without hollering Workshop Wednesday. Been busy. All's good. Working on a bit for the Cowtown collection and show at Brumbaugh's in November 3rd on a Thursday. Mark it on the calendars. I'll show you the bit here in a minute. But been fun. Hope y'all having a good day. I certainly am. Fall's coming and the weather's nice and cool and we're doing great. Spur workshop next week. I better hurry up and finish this bit or get to a point where I'm prepared for that. But I got 5, 6 coming for that. It's going to be a good week. I'm going to spend 4 days building a pair of spurs with everybody. And then November 8th, so right after I get back from the Cowtown Collection show, November 8th through the 10th, we'll have an engraving class. I've got some guys coming for that too. And ladies. Got several coming for the engraving class. So anyhow, just sign up now, speak now, forever hold your peace. As I said, not going to do some workshops next year. Not going to schedule any. Going to help as much as always. Private lessons are still an option, and then Patreon's rocking and rolling, and where we go. But that brings us to the tip of the day, the Workshop Wednesday, right? We actually have a tip, and this is for collectors and makers all together, and I'm going to show you here on the bit that I'm making for the Cowtown collection. So here we go. As I mentioned on one of my previous posts, this is a bit that I'm good friends with Jim Edwards and J.E. Bits. I've helped him over the years with design stuff. This is all Jim. This is Jim's doings, and so I've taken a shank that he's done for many years in the Western performance horse world, the cutters, in particular like this bit a lot. Kind of stems back to some Texas traditions, but anyhow, I forged the mouthpiece out, hand forged it all out, and boy, that was fun getting these square corners, sharper corners here, less radius, I should say. It's not sharp, but a less radius in there, and some other methods you see me do. But the tip of the day is the old solid mouthpiece and where the mouthpiece connects to the shank. That's a pain in the butt to clean up. So I'm speaking to everybody, collectors. You can evaluate a bit here when you look at it. How does a mouthpiece look? Does it change in size? In other words, if it gets smaller, bad. When I say smaller right here, because we're going to weld a bead around there. And then on the shank, if you look at the angle of the shank here, does it come straight down and then blend into the mouthpiece here? So you see that radius right at the tip of my thumb there, the top edge of my thumb, is it wants to come in. So the mouthpiece actually gets a little wider and the shank comes out and it blends together. If you see a big dip right there, and that is bad news. That is a sign that you're having trouble welding it up. And the way I did it is with files, and then I got the old polishing stones that you see there, and that's what you're seeing here. So this shank over here is to a 400 grit finish, just about. And then you can see over here, still got the weld marks and the way I went there. So still cleaning up on this side and still cleaning up there around in these areas. That's about done here. Kind of waited for the outside to do the last. But anyhow, I used a hand file. If you're in the production world, man, the hand work kind of goes out the window because you're rolling through things. But us custom makers, one of a kind guys, we get to spend time and I truly do a really nice job, because that's why people are paying us to do a custom job and do it really nice. So hand files work really good for me. I use carbide burrs sometimes and die grinders, pneumatic die grinders, and get in there. It's all legal. You can do it however you want. Production world, a lot of times, my friend Jim, he just welds them on and does a really, really, really nice job of welding, so we can leave the weld, and it's very clean, and the way it goes, and it looks fine. In my world, I have to clean it up and keep y'all guessing how in the world I put it on there. So collectors, if you can look at a maker's work and you say, oh yeah, I see how you did that, then makers, that's not a really good idea. What we want to do is say, how in the world did they do that? How did they make it look so clean? So custom guys, that's what we're doing. So we're trying to make them guess as to how in the world we did it and made it look so clean. So hand files are always coming in there. I also use a slack belt, a J-Flex belt on my belt sander, and clean some of that stuff up, especially on ones where I'm not going to put inlay and not going to the extent that I am here. But anyhow, a lot of different ways, but that's what you're trying to do, is make that juncture really clean and good there. So anyhow, I hope everybody's well. if you can make it to the Cowtown Collection show, I'd love to show you the bit. It will be there and for sale. So anyhow, hope all is well. And until next week, have a good one. Adios.